If I asked your audience what you are known for, what kind of answer would they give me? Do they know exactly what your expertise is? Do they remember the last piece of content you created? That is the question we're going to answer in this episode. The last time you saw a really memorable piece of content. Think to the last 24 hours that you spent on social media. Obviously, hopefully not in total in the last 24 hours. But what is the piece of content that really stood out for you? What do you remember? And you might even have a hard time coming up with what it is that was memorable because we scroll so much, and considering how much AI generated content we get these days, it's very, very hard to remember anything because sometimes you open up Facebook and you refresh the page and it feels like you're seeing the same piece of content over and over again or the same style of writing. It's simply because ChatGPT has become the norm to write content. And I say this as somebody who is using it, but I'm being very careful with how I use it. I do use it for some ideas, I do use it for some caption writing, but I don't ever use it word for word because of the kind of words that it used sometimes. For example, palatable. I know I've used this word once in a podcast episode, and then I had a conversation on a call with a couple of people, and I was like, you know what, I've been hearing this word so many times. Can we just ban it, please? So, with that being said, I can almost guarantee that there's very few pieces of content that you actually remember from even the last 3 hours that you spent on social media. And this is kind of a big problem when it comes to content marketing, when it comes to building a personal brand, because we don't always remember what you create unless it is something incredibly disruptive, unless it is very controversial, very confrontational, when it's something that is thought provoking, maybe, or you're wearing some ridiculous costume or you're doing some sort of dance. Now, there's very few pieces of content that I even remember about the people that I like. I know it's going to sound really bad, but we get thrown at so much content every single day and so much information, plus the ads that we don't want to see, plus everything all around us. And then AI does not make it better, in my opinion, because the mass production of content is actually not that hard. The mass production of high quality content is what's hard. And in this episode, I want to share with you how you can create a memorable content series that is not just a one and done kind of video. You just create it and forget it. You talk about something on a video or whatever and then call it a day. No, I'm going to share with you how to create a strategic content series that you're actually going to be memorable for. People are going to come to your profile to watch that series. They're going to kind of want to binge you like a Netflix show. They're gonna become maybe even slightly addictive or maybe a little bit obsessive over what you're going to share next. And I'm going to share with you how to create such a series and give you some ideas in this episode. Because the type of content that's going to drive the most amount of traffic these days, unfortunately or fortunately, is going to be Instagram Reels. If Instagram is your main platform, this is the fastest, highest amount of traffic that you're ever going to get. I'm not talking about YouTube in this particular example because YouTube is a long form platform. There are some videos that you're going to post and they're only going to pick up after 1 year, 2 years, even 3 years. I've had those kinds of instances multiple times. So you want to create a traffic channel that's going to bring you views, leads, and potential clients faster. And that is going to be Instagram Reels. The problem with Instagram Reels is the fact that you do need to use trends, right? And I'm not against trends, but you can't just solely rely on them because then your entire Instagram account becomes kind of like a comedy show, in my opinion. If you're always using funny trends, if you're always creating those dancing videos or whatever, and that's fun. Like, I'm not knocking the dances in any way, shape, or form, but you want to have some substance. You want to have some substance to your brand, and that can be developed through a strategic content series that you can deliver using Instagram Reels. Now, what is a signature content series? In simple terms, it's a recurring format of video, audio, carousels with a specific name, theme, and purpose. For example, during the summer, I created a 10-day experience on Telegram and I shared 10 of the biggest confessions of my entrepreneurial journey from the last 10 plus years. What I could do is I could take some of these confessions, I could shorten them, and I could share them on my Instagram Reels as a 10-day series. I don't have to make it from day 1 to day 10 and post it every single day, but I could spread it out a couple of times a week. So I could, for example, spruce it in through my content calendar. Actually, that's a really good idea now that I'm talking about it. What I could do is I could take 2 videos and release them one. What I could do is split the series into 5 weeks. Could be 1 month and 1 week, whatever, right? And I could take 2 videos a week and post them. And that way it's going to be 5 weeks and I'm going to release 10 videos in total. So when you think of a content series, it doesn't have to be daily. It doesn't have to be crazy like 30 days of lessons. I've actually done a content series like this. I've done 30 lessons before I turned 30 on Instagram in the month of January. And it was quite a challenge, actually. It was very, very challenging doing it, but I did it because I wanted to do it myself and to commit to something that I'm going to post every single day. But a content series can be actually spread out almost however you want. Almost is the keyword because you don't want to drag out your series too long. I know there are some creators that create very, very long series, and you don't even have to number each episode if it is going to be something really long term. For example, doesn't have to necessarily be called a content series, but you can create a specific theme for your brand. For example, you could share marketing tip of the day while getting ready. You could share fitness tip of the day while getting ready to host a Pilates class, right? If you're a fitness trainer, if you're a nutritionist, if you are any kind of coach, especially like in fitness, I feel like it would be so easy. Share a quick nutrition tip while getting ready, talk about what you do, talk about your routine. So you could combine 2 alignable things in the old marketing world, because 10 years ago in marketing, people would tell you, no, don't combine 2 different industries. What are you doing? You're supposed to just be one niche, one client, blah, 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 blah. Today, you can actually combine 2 different things, especially when you're building a personal brand. Now, when you have a series or a specific content theme that you use for your videos, and it doesn't have to be every single video of yours, it can be just like a segment, right? So you could share, get ready with me while I give you nutrition tips. That can be one video that you do every single week and you post it on your Instagram, you can post it on your Facebook, YouTube channel. But for Instagram, I find it works incredibly well. And that way, over a period of time, your audience is going to start remembering you as somebody who does those. For example, there is a fitness coach, Joe Wicks, based in the UK, super famous guy. He has kind of this segment in his content strategy where he shares super easy recipes, easy and healthy recipes. That's kind of the theme. And he doesn't really edit those videos. There are no closed captions. There's no fancy editing. It's all filmed kind of like chaotic and on the phone, but it's really good quality and the recipes look absolutely incredible and very easy to make. I feel like, honestly, if you are a health freak or just somebody who likes to eat healthy, but you also are not somebody who cooks really well, I feel like anybody who doesn't know how to cook can watch Joe's videos and go in the kitchen and make any recipe that he shows you how to make. Now, while I don't remember exactly every single video, but I do remember the content theme that he has. Now, he posts all sorts of different content, fitness content, he promotes his app, he talks about his book, so he's got a lot going on. But if there's one thing that I do remember about Joe is those quick and easy recipes, and sometimes he also brings his kids into it, and it just looks super fun. Now, here's the fun part. As I'm recording this episode, I do have kind of a bullet point out I did not even include Joe in the script of these episodes. It just literally came up to me on the spot. So it just means that series that he's doing, that content theme for his Instagram reels, is really freaking good if I could remember that on the spot. Especially considering that I'm a marketer, I'm a business owner, and I consume a lot of business and marketing and social media content. But the one that really stood out for me was a completely different industry that I have nothing to do with, other than the fact that I do like to stay healthy and eat healthy. Now, another thing that you can do for your content series is you can create a set of specific aesthetics for that kind of video. For example, if you're doing get ready with me video, of course, they're going to be maybe like in the bathroom. So it's going to be the only place where you do those. And then the rest of your videos you do maybe in your office. So I'm kind of like imagining if I were to do those kind of videos, I would do them in the bathroom while I do my makeup and I have my mirror and everything. And that's the only place where I would do those kinds of videos, right? So it would be memorable not just because of the kind of content that is, but also because of the environment. So because typically I record all of my videos here, so I recently changed the backdrop of my office, and otherwise I'm always here. People know this plant that gets recognized over here. And if you were to do something different like a content series, it would really stand out if you were to have certain details like different room, bathroom, maybe even any kind of accessory, anything that you can add into the video, maybe like a specific pop of color. Maybe you can wear the same shirt. Maybe if your branding color is red, you could wear red just for that specific content series. Another thing that you can do, I've seen some girls actually do that. So you could grab, I'm just gonna grab a lip pencil that I have on my desk right now. So I could grab that and I could clip my microphone to that and hold it. Now, I'm not sure if it's actually going to hold up really well because the pencil is rounded, but you could do something fun in your video and you could literally clip your microphone to a random object. Like I've seen some people clip their microphones to kitchen spatulas and it looks really funny. And also, when you scroll through the Reels feed and you see somebody's microphone clipped on their freaking spatula, it makes you stop in your tracks. You're going to be like, wait, where is his microphone? What is he doing here? So it's a little stupid, but it does get the attention. Now, do I even need to tell you right now, at this point of the episode, of all the benefits of having a signature series? Probably not, but I'm going to reiterate once again. It builds your brand in a saturated space, like business, marketing, even food, fitness, all those industries. You can always create something fun and unique to stand out in amongst everybody else. And again, you can create a basic content series, but you can implement some fun things like clipping your microphone to a random thing, and that's going to get you noticed. Having a series also helps you stay consistent with your content strategy. You're not going to have to think every single day, what am I posting today? What am I posting tomorrow? So if you have, let's say, 2 videos a week that you're posting, even one, if you just start with one, although I would personally recommend to start with 2 just because it literally doubles your chances of testing how that series is going to work way faster. Because if you just post once a week, that's 4 videos a month. If you post 8 videos a month, that's 2 videos a week. I should have said that backwards, but you get the point. And it also positions you as an expert without really needing to go viral, without having to dance, without having to rely on trends. Now, I still do recommend using some fun trends that are going to be on brand, but you don't have to go out of your own way and become a whole different person in order for you to drive traffic to your Instagram account or to your offers or to whatever else, right? So I don't want you to go completely off brand, but having a content series, literally any brand, any business owner can incorporate one. And I actually have a free checklist where I tell you the exact steps that you need to take in order to create your signature content series. So I'm going to leave a link down below in the show notes, so go grab it. So you're going to be able to create your own signature series in the next 30 to 60 minutes with its help. Now, how do you create a content series? I want you to grab a piece of paper or a notebook, or just listen in if you're in the car, if you're driving. And I also recommend downloading the checklist because it's essentially everything that I'm about to share with you here right now, but it's more visual, so you can tick the boxes, print it out, do whatever you want with it. So step number 1, pick a core topic you want to be known for. It could be a mix of 2 different activities, you talking through it while getting ready, you going for a walk and doing something fun and sharing a quick tip, something specific. Don't just share, oh, I'll just share a quick content tip. No, share a series of, for example, you could share a series of starting a YouTube channel, right? And you could probably make it like a 10 episode content series. And it doesn't have to be super long. You can literally take it 30, 60 seconds. I mean, obviously, that's kind of the maximum, the best, in my opinion, length of a video for a series. Keep it really short. And then here's another really quick recommendation. If you have a YouTube channel and if you have a very, very detailed video about something, like a pillar content kind of video where you share something from step 1 to step 20, you can break these steps down into a content series and literally take that YouTube video script and break it down into a series of short videos. And there's going to be your complete series. And all you have to do really is just record it. Again, I wouldn't recommend splicing up the YouTube video into Instagram Reels. I would much rather you do it natively, edit using the Instagram Edits app. That way you can maximize the reach as well. But I would highly, highly, highly recommend for you to do that. So that little tip I know is going to save you a lot of thinking time. Do not try to use ChatGPT for this. If you already have content, your content series is literally hiding there. Step number 2, choose a format. Are you going to do Instagram Reels? Are you going to do carousels? Are you going to do maybe like brand photo, image? Personally, I would recommend doing it through the Reels just because you can maximize the reach. Step number 3, give it a punchy name. You can make it something super short. Like, for example, I could make CEO Confessions again, like Classified Confessions of a CEO content series. You can create anything. Think about the name for your specific niche. Step number 4, anchor it to a more deeper transformation. What kind of shift do you want people to experience once they watch that series? It can be something super practical, like how to start a YouTube channel. If you are, it can be how to start a podcast. You could share how to start a podcast from start to finish in less than 24 or 48 hours. Whatever your process is, something that not a lot of people know how to do, but you can. So if you have that area of expertise where you do things differently or you do things faster, more efficiently, in a much different way, this is going to position you unlike anybody else, because people are going to be like, I didn't know I could do that, but if she can, I can. I'm not going to say guarantee, but I'm willing to bet that kind of series where you show your expertise is even going to land you clients. Step number 5, decide on the length and the frequency of your content series. The length meaning, is it going to be 10 episodes? Is it going to be 20? Is it going to be an overall theme that you have on your account that you share once a week? Maybe once a week you're going to share a super amazingly edited storytelling video. I'm sure you've seen a lot of them with like cool B-roll and things like that. Or is it going to be timed? For example, it's just going to be 5-day series. Is it going to be 10-day series? Is it going to be something that you do once a week, twice a week? Think of your frequency and then put it into your content calendar. And step number 6, of course, infuse your personality and identity into that series. Make it yours. Make your own personality loud and clear through that series. For example, for me, when I was creating the CEO Confessions, Classified Confessions of a CEO, in the Telegram experience, I could have called it 10 years of tips, 10 years of strategies. And people wouldn't give a crap about that, in my opinion. But I've had way more signups for that experience than I expected. And I'm willing to bet that it was solely because of the name and because of the way that I was marketing it. It sounded like something more exciting, more unique, something that people haven't done before. And I honestly haven't seen anybody do anything similar. And of course, you can also use my checklist to help you follow it step by step and make sure that you complete everything from the ideation all the way until publishing and promoting the series. Now, I'm going to leave you a couple of final words regarding the series. Random content builds attention, but signature content builds the obsession. So you're not just going to become visible, you're actually going to become memorable. So the goal is to become unforgettable rather than just visible. So give your audience something interesting to consume. Give your audience something that they haven't seen before. Find ways to spruce into your personality into that series. Netflix style material that they can binge a couple of times a week. Now, they're not going to expect it from you right away, but I want you to start building that series so you can infuse that into your content strategy and build that memorable brand that I know you can build. And I promise you that one quality signature content series can dramatically change the trajectory of your business. So I highly encourage you to grab the signature content series checklist down below into the show notes, and I cannot wait for you to create it.